welcome back to another episode. Happy Tuesday, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Guys, we're bombarded with figures. We are going insane. Our wallets are screaming for help. I have Rudy on the show tonight because he's going to give me a loan. How are you, Rudy? Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, man. Lots to talk about. And then I'm going to disappear on you once the money theme comes up.
I was going to say, tell him the story about the loan.
Wasn't even a loan. This guy reaches out and he's like, listen, I got to ask you for a favor. And then my kids come running in. I stop talking to him and he's like, listen, I'm not asking you for money, man. Stop it.
Oh my God, that was great. I was like,
perfect timing.
We were just talking and I said something. I said, yo, I need a huge favor. He reads my message, disappeared. I said, yo, I don't need any money. And he's like, what's up?
Unbelievable.
Oh man. No loans at pupusas and checks.
There you go.
Imagine pupusas and check cashing. All right, so let's see who's in here with guys. We got a lot to talk about. Also, William should be popping up at some point. I think he said he was gonna. Let me make sure he's awake. Imagine.
He better, because I don't know anything about any of those people. So,
well, he explained, a little bit of Star Killer, a little bit of Revan as well. When
I rewatched your stream, just to get William insight into things.
I love asking him questions about that stuff because there's tons of little details that I know nothing about. I would never find them out anyway. So when I ask him questions about that and he tells us backstories, I find that very interesting. You know what I mean? Because like I said, not everybody. You could be a Star Wars fan and not be as deep and hardcore as William is, which is insane. All right, so let's see who's in here with us tonight. We got Luch in the house. Welcome, my friend. He says, what up, positive and creative 1/6 collectors, boycott Hot Toys, make the Flash figures for 4 payments in them. This guy's on there. Welcome. Yeah, can you believe that? Since I've been around, anytime there was any type of cancellation, at least as far as I remember, maybe they've canceled 1 years ago, maybe, but as far as I remember, if Hot Toys wasn't going to do something, they would just not do it. You know what I mean? They wouldn't make an announcement on it.
No, it was always that feeling. If they announced something and actually launched the pre-order, you were definitely guaranteed to get it, right? Most of the time you'd see the prototypes out on shows, like stuff like, what was it? The Rhino from Amazing Spider-Man 2, right? They do all these things, but they never actually put it up for pre-order.
Right.
In all the years I've been collecting, honestly, I've seen them skip like some MMS numbers, right? Like there's some numbers that they never released.
Yes.
Because they just skipped them for some reason, right? They had a figure they were queued up to do. They didn't do it, but they never announced it. This is the first time I've seen them actually like pull a release, essentially pull a PO, which is
exactly. I was just gonna say something that was already pre-order, getting sales, because you're not gonna tell me, and no, I don't care who you are and what you say, Young Barry was getting sales. Period, point blank, end of story. That figure was great. The fact that you could get 3 different looks out of the figure was amazing. So that was very shocking to me. I would have rather them cancel the original Flash, right? The regular one, which obviously would never happen because that's the main look of the movie. But I would have rather them get rid of that one over the one with the battle damage, head sculpt, and all that stuff.
Right. And it's bizarre because that one is actually, I was keeping an eye on that one, and that one went waitlist on Sideshow. So
that's what I'm saying. It was already
so to me, it was like, I know Sideshow's doing like smaller orders, but at least Sideshow kind of met whatever quota they had originally for that first round of orders.
Correct.
So or threshold.
Or right, that could be one way of looking at it. Or they put it as a wait list, as soon as they did, because they knew something was up.
Maybe.
That could be it too. Because it went up for waitlist very, very quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did.
A bunch of other figures very quickly. We got Carlos in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante, how you doing?
Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got Bo. How you doing? Yes, guys, please. There's 16 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. This will Bo.
How you doing?
Baba, we got Nefty in the house. How are you, my friend? Good evening, everyone. Let's go, Knicks. You're watching games? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. We have Paul in the house. He's at 8:15. How dare you? Welcome, my friend. No, I pushed it up a little bit because I was eating just now, like real quick. So I said, let me see if I could eat very quickly. So obviously we started before 8:15, but just in case, I didn't want you guys to think that I was leaving you guys hanging. Mad Planet, welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday. Paul in the house. We got Talon. Welcome. Yes, look at that. Ryan and I making deals. We're making deals backstage. Yeah, we just ordered we just ordered 2 capes from Jackson Shoe. I ordered a Batman Justice League Batman drape cape for Ben Affleck, and he ordered a wired Superman Justice League Superman cape. And we got a nice discount from Jackson. Shout out to Jackson. The only problem is we're going to wait till we have to wait apparently 1 to 3 months to get these capes. So hopefully we get them sooner than that. Oh, 3 Mills. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Gilbert. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else is in the house. Giovin, welcome. Nice to see you. New name. Welcome. We got Leo in the house, channel member in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
How you doing?
We have Joker J in the house. Welcome. Welcome, guys. We got Chris in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
What just happened?
Did
your Joker fall?
No, imagine. No, so I have motion detector lights down here. So what I do is, because obviously it's a sensor, if you move, the lights will turn on.
Right.
So I cover it with a towel, with like a little rag, right? So
okay.
The movement,
right,
and the tape just fell off, so the lights came back on. So it was like the movie was over. Let's see who else is in here. Let's see. God, you guys are on fire. We got Nathan in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Says, managed to get all the Star Wars figures over the last couple of days. Really don't like the shuffle of line through. Oh, so where'd you get them? Tell us. Don't be selfish. Tell us where you got them. Eric in the house, channel member. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome, guys. Josue in the house. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Also, I see you commenting on my videos and stuff on YouTube. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. This is for you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. We got Barry in the house out of lockdown. You know what he said to me? You know what he had the nerve to say to me? This guy said, because he always disappears. Like, he'll pop up. Like, you'll see him tonight, and then you won't see him again for another month and a half. So I said, oh, I posted. What did I post? I think it was the Old Man Logan, I believe. And I said, so I posted, and he posted his under, and I obviously have been looking for a second one. So I said to him, it's funny how you disappear, and then you pop up with figures you should be bubble wrapping for me. And then you know what he said?
What did he say to you?
What he said to me? He said, my girlfriend doesn't like me watching you, so I have to watch you in private.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine the disrespect? The disrespect.
Oh,
unreal.
How dare you?
Ah, man, Barry. Unreal. Disrespect. Serge, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, guys. The Thor says, I'm still on the. You still online? What number are you? 9 billion? Ah, man, yo, you know how, and we know what's coming. Every time we get those announcements that, we got to sit online, everybody's like, oh, this sucks, but everybody sits online.
We all do, yeah.
Anyway, it's insane. It's crazy. Albert, how are you, my friend? Well,
I'm doing.
whatever emoji you use, it doesn't show, as you can see. So, sorry. I wonder what it was, Albert. He's another one. He won't join my gang. He says he doesn't join gangs.
I actually have to re-sign up to
Oh,
your.
you still did it? I know you told me like a few days ago, but I thought you did.
Since I do everything on the phone, I always never.
Oh
I
yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. If you don't know like your password and stuff, forget it.
No.
Eric says King Jetta and Justin are doing a live stream about in our Batman. Ooh, we should all go there and learn absolutely nothing about the garbage company that everybody's drooling over.
Oh man.
Actually, reminder, I forgot. Got to say hello to the king. So it's funny that with all of this Hot Toys fire being thrown at us, they're still talking about Inner. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I don't know, man.
Wasted. Well, they have to. They work for them, especially Justin, right? So you
I
have
don't know.
to create that hype. You have to always do that to them. You have to always keep them relevant, right? You always have to have some type of conversation about them, something to keep them alive. You think that if Justin or Jetta or anybody else would be talking about this company with all of the fire that Hot Toys announces left and right every single week, you think they'd be alive right now? Absolutely not. You think if any YouTubers would have gotten involved with that company would be alive right now? Absolutely not. It would have been destroyed the first week with all of the Hot Toys announcements. So it's a joke, Khalib, welcome. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here.
Doing.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Khalid says, what's concerning the Flash installation is the fact that it was waitlisted. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that is concerning.
So it's very weird. That's a very weird situation. We're going to get into that as well, Rudy. So don't forget. Don't let us finish the show without getting into that at some point. Town says 3 figures in 2 years. Oh, man. Ryan, I want to tell you something publicly right now. Don't you ever disrespect the king on this stream again, okay?
How dare you?
Listen, 3 figures in 2 years, they better be perfect, right?
And they're not. Exactly, and they're not. Far from it too, which is worse. It's not even like, all right, they messed up a little thing here. They just forgot a hand in the box. No, it's like a shit show. It's
Right.
unreal. All right. So we're going to get right into it, guys. So first and foremost, we're going to get into this beauty that came out, right? So we got 000. Rudy, I feel like everybody knows now that you're not big on Star Wars, but how does this figure look to you, right? How does something like this sound coming from, a comic book, right? This is not the first one. Obviously, we have Arena Boba Fett, which is also a comic book figure, right? So it's not something that it's unheard of, right? It's a thing. I found that out with Arena Boba Fett, right? That Star Wars had comics.
Right.
Maybe I knew that in the past. I don't remember. But so now the one thing I always tell you guys, regarding the use of molds from Hot Toys, right? I mentioned that on the video. I got my C3PO video out today already. It's up on YouTube. My thing about the figures, this figure specifically, is like I always tell you guys, the moment that Hot Toys comes out with a brand new mold, right, it's going to get used at least 2 times, right? At least twice. Again, depending on what it is, depending if it's worth it, right? At least twice. So far, from C3PO's original mold, which was episode 2, we've gotten this is going to be our third C3PO, just back to back, right? Remember when this happened with R2D2? Remember we hadn't gotten an R2D2 in forever. We got one, then we got another one, then we got another. I think we're what, 4 in right now, 3 or 4.
Yeah, there have been a couple.
I know we got Force Awakens. I know we have the Return of the Jedi, I believe. I know we have, and I think there's one more because I know A New Hope, I believe. So I think there is 3, right? So how do you feel about, number one, the reuse of the body, right? Because it's reused. And how do you feel about, the variant coloring and the fact that it's from a comic book?
I mean, look, I'm like, I think William said it yesterday too, right? It's pretty cool. He's acknowledging you,
because I don't lie about it. Go ahead.
No, but look, it's for me. This particular figure is hard to get excited about, right? It's a variant C3PO. I mean, the only thing they changed up were the hands and the eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the paint apps.
And the paint, right?
I do like that they're getting into the comics because I think if they're going to start doing comic characters, that'll be pretty cool. But I don't know if this is just a way for them to do variants, like you said, reusing molds, because this C3PO or this 000, right? He's a repainted C3PO with just different types of hands. Even the unit, right? The BT guy, right? He's basically the same body as an astromech droid, just with a different bit of accessories. So, I don't know.
Right, that's the R5D4 head, right?
Right. Just
body,
modified
but head
a little bit.
The head is different, yeah. So how do you feel about the figure as is? Like if you were a Star Wars collector, would you be like, this is something I would like in my collection? The fact that it's different, it's not your standard look. It's got the red eyes. It's got the different tone of paint. As you can see, it looks like that color changing paint here, right? That fire, the fire looking paint. So go ahead.
I think it's solid. I think it's a solid figure, right? But again, I don't think, even if I were deep into Star Wars and trying to be a completist, I don't know that this would make the top of the list, just because as nice as it looks, I don't know that I have a connection to it. And just to have the different hands, I don't know that would be that appealing overall. It doesn't take away from the fact that it's a great looking figure, right? But I just, even as a Star Wars collector, I'd want to have a C3PO. And then do I really need a crazy, Doctor Protocol droid or assassin droid with Edward Scissorhands? I think you were the one that said that.
Yeah.
So,
oh man. Now, how do you like the fact that obviously you wouldn't know this unless you watch the videos, but the C3POs so far have come with some type of weathering on the material, right? This you can see is very smooth, very clean.
Right.
Completely different paint application. We're getting that gold chrome eventually at some point, right? That's inevitable. That's coming.
Right.
The fact that we're getting this type of color, this gunmetal-ish color, this metallic color. To me, I love these types of colors. They're very, very sexy. How do you feel about what Serge is saying on this comment with, them being a 2-pack? Do you think that would have been smarter? Do you think that it would have sold better? Would you have, again, assuming that you're a Star Wars collector, would that have been more appealing to you, having them as a double pack than having them single, on this lottery thing?
I mean, listen, they go together, right? So I think a 2-pack option would have been great, right? Like Hot Toys did that with the Rocket and the Groot from Marvel, right? From the first movie. You could get Groot. Rocket by himself, or you could get not even the Teen Groot. You could even get the Big Groot as
the very first release, yeah.
Right. So these two naturally go together. So I think it would have been nice for them to come as a 2-pack. But then again, I mean, if you want both, they're right there.
One thing, though,
nothing wrong with the droids, Nathan. Nothing wrong with the droids. Just not my cup of tea.
You know why I think they didn't do a 2-pack, which would have been obviously, common sense. It would have been, I think it would have sold better. It would have been more exciting to have them both, right?
Right.
I think when you get a double pack, it's more exciting for anybody buying them because you know that you're getting 2 figures at once. So when you go open this box, it's not just 1 figure, it's 2.
Right.
So
there's something nice about that.
Right. So there's something, it's the enjoyment is better, right? You're getting more per package. So one thing is, I think that the reason why they wouldn't do that specifically for this, right? They could do this at any moment, but the reason why I didn't do it for this specifically is because this is diecast. BT1 isn't.
Right, it's just plastic.
It's just plastic, right? So it doesn't make sense. How would you brand this double pack with diecast and plastic?
Right.
It doesn't go. It doesn't blend. It wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? So
Plus, usually with those double packs, you used to get, remember, extra accessories or something. So
correct.
the question is, what extra accessory would you get here, right? I mean, I don't know enough about the comics. This is where we need Williams' knowledge to see if there's something else they could have thrown in. But yeah, I could see that. I could see the die casting being an issue, right? The packaging is different for both of the types of figures.
And they have to say die cast on it.
Right. So you'd have to specify
correct
000, right? That's die cast. It'd be a little weird.
Exactly.
But besides this, look, this one was labeled as an exclusive. So the BT is a standard release. So they're probably going to make more of him, or maybe less, depending. Right. I don't know that we know now after this morning's cancellations what's going to happen.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's diecast.
Is that why he was on raffle on BD? Was it? No, not necessarily. I think they just, it's something that's been happening with Hot Toys lately. At least it feels like it, right? And I'm going back to Crosshair. Again, there's absolutely no reason why Crosshair should be gone. Should be, $1,000 anywhere, right? It doesn't make sense. Did they do it on purpose? We'll never know. Actually, I can't even talk about it. Never mind. So no, yeah, I was gonna say something that somebody was supposed to tell me, and then we didn't have the conversation. But he tried to make it seem like it wasn't something that everybody is supposed to know. And it was regarding the Crosshair. That's why I was gonna bring it up. So I think they found out what the reason was that it was very low. And it sold out like that. But again, they never told me. They never got to finish the story. So that's why I can't even talk about it, because I don't know it. But I think that was the main reason why they didn't do the double pack. Again, not because that was the main and only reason. No, it didn't make sense, right? They wanted to split it up. They wanted to make one limited and one regular. So, a lot of things going on to why they didn't do a double pack. But overall, do you think this is necessary? Do you think that now that we're getting C3POs for the first time ever from Hot Toys, do you think this makes it less exciting? Do you think this makes it like, all right, like we're getting bombarded with C3POs, like enough, like you're gonna burn it out?
Look, as a Marvel guy primarily, I'll tell you, because we get variants. How many Captain Americas have we gotten? At some point it's the same thing. How many Iron Mans? And sure, you can argue they're primary characters, but I've gotten so many variants of different characters. And for me, I'm hunting down third party, like secondary, tertiary characters. Right. So I think if you're a fan of the IP, I'm not gonna take away your joy from this, because I think it gives you another character that helps flesh out your collection. Really gives you a lot of opportunities to grow it, get characters nobody else is gonna make at this point, right? So I think if you're a real Star Wars fan, and if I were trying to be a Star Wars completist, I would jump on this, right? I would want to have every or as many of these as I could get, because I think it flushes out your collection. It really lets you get into all those little pieces, right? This is a comic, right? This is a different story version of this droid. And we saw it in the movies, right? C-3PO wasn't the only protocol droid. So there's a precedent there to have multiples of these. So again, I think if you're a Star Wars fan, this is great to have the opportunity to pick up a lot of different variations of the droids. I mean, that's huge.
Brad, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Nice to see you. Look at you.
I'm doing.
And also, Rudy, that's a good point. But don't forget, what is another thing that makes these figures appealing? The fact that
they're exclusive.
Well, the fact that the king will never make them.
Thing about it, right? maybe the full disdain that about the company, right? I think they're just the company doing figures, but they don't have Star Wars, they don't have Marvel, right? So those are two huge licenses there, and they've gone on record saying Disney doesn't share those licenses, right? It's not like Warner Brothers coming out saying you have a license, you have a license, you have a license. Everybody, right? Everybody and their mother has a license, right? Disney's very protective. They have a great partnership with toys. And they said it, even though they have the Queen Studios brand and they've done Marvel statues, and I don't think they've done Star Wars statues, right?
I don't think so either.
Marvel, but Disney's not giving them the license. They said they talked about it. Disney's not doing it. So right there, I think that takes away a lot of their appeal for me as a company. They're not making stuff that I want to collect. So it's why are they? I'm going to quote Mike. Why are they even part of the conversation at this point? Right?
No, and it makes sense too. That's a great point too, because think about it. The fact that, you know, in this community, people talk about Inart as if, you know, this company's been around for ages and it's doing amazing product, right? They say that they're better than Hot Toys, right? They can't even get a worldwide license, like a permanent license deal. They just can't.
Right.
How come Hot Toys could do it and they can't? Because they're garbage. That's why. Even Queen Studios. Is that what you're talking about? Queen Studios? They don't even get the worldwide stuff?
No, I think Queen Studios can distribute worldwide. A couple
Worldwide?
of things. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Disney. You're talking about Disney.
Oh, I'm talking about Disney specifically. Yeah.
I'm talking about distribution worldwide.
No. But then, what was it? I mean, listen, the first test for them for Inart, the first proof to see if they're really going to play on that global stage is going to be that Paul Atreides, right? That's their first global license. They're doing direct distribution, right? You can buy direct from them. That's going to be the first one that kind of puts them in the game, I think. Everything else, it's not to say that you can't like their pieces. I think they're pretty good. Visually, right, that Gandalf looks stunning, right? The Aragorn looks great. They've got great looking figures, but look, they don't have the worldwide distribution. There are lots of issues with people getting their stuff. I'm curious to see how Paul Atreides goes. And they don't have these licenses.
Right.
And we've seen it, right? When you're only doing 3 figures a year or that, right? You're not going to get a 000, right? C3PO or variant C3PO.
Right.
You're not going to get King Valkyrie from Marvel. You're not going to go that deep into lines. There's no way.
Correct.
There's just no way.
So that's when I tell you guys, it's not even logical to even have that company in the conversation. It doesn't make sense. That's why I get so upset and so hyped about it, because it's ridiculous. It's retarded, literally retarded. So anybody, and that's why I tell you, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to like it. I don't care. Anybody who repeats that is literally retarded, because it doesn't make any sense. So anybody who knows about anything knows that can't possibly be true. What'd you say?
No. And I think as a company, listen, I wish them success, right? I like getting figures from different companies, right? I like getting different figures that I'm not getting from here. So I wish them success. I have things on order from them, right? So I just...
What did you order from them?
It was the Paul Atreides.
Oh, okay.
And the Harry Potter.
Yeah, I remember. Right,
those two. But I want them to succeed in that, but they have to find their own little niche, right? They're not going to compete with Hot Toys. Like, so even these fights, right? Which is better. It's like, look, if I'm paying more money for your product, it better be better. That's what it should be.
Correct.
Like, if I'm paying more money for your product,
absolutely,
I expect it to be better. If it's $100 more, I expect it to be $100 better, right? So
which it never is.
Why is there a competition at that point? It's like you're charging me more. All right. If you're not better, that's a problem.
Right. And it is a problem because they're not better.
Right.
You know? Brad, no, there was no email. You had to sign up for the text message.
Text message. Yeah, it was a text.
Yeah, it was a text message. Was this a drop or raffle? It was a raffle, but you had to get a text. The Tor says I would pre-order, but I have better chance. Powerful. You know what I just found out? I hope it's not true. I mean, I don't play it anyway, but supposedly I had no idea, but the lottery is a CIA psyop. So they wait for
get out of here.
Yo, I just heard this, and I was like, "There's no way." So listen. So apparently, this last jackpot that was over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Listen to this. They checked the numbers to see who won. 4 people won. Suddenly, all of a sudden, that changed to 2 people, and then from those 2 people, 1 person wins. So they were like, "This never happened. What's going on?" So apparently there is a thing now. Is it true? I have no idea. But can you imagine?
Dude, you're breaking my heart because that's my retirement plan right there.
Oh no,
Like,
I don't.
I'm picking up my lotto tickets. You know,
I don't play. I don't play. I play when it gets to like 500 million like
no,
that.
but you got to play when it's like 20 million, 50 million, because that's when you got more of a chance to win. At least that's what I think. It's all crazy. The chances of winning are so ridiculous.
Exactly. No, whether you play it when it's 50 or 5 billion, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's the same chance. Innard said they were making the Batmobile to go.
If you listen to our friend John from Inart, he basically confessed that they came out, swinging, talking a big game, and they realized that they couldn't tackle that, so that all their vehicles are on the back burner. I think the only thing he said they might be doing was the Bat Pod from the Dark Knight, which is super simple.
So, Inner said that they were making the Batmobile to go with the Batman. So what? The 22 Batmobile, I'm assuming.
Remember, they were teasing we're going to do the 22 Batmobile, and then John came out on one of the streams he was on, and he basically said, "Yeah, we promised a little bit too much. We were over eager." Right, polite way of saying, we're not doing it.
Sounds about right.
And then he said they're not doing it.
Khalib, next time you are watching an in-art stream, this is what you should do. Every time, because they're a joke, just like I said from day one. And here we are. Here we are. Let's see who else is in here. We got. I never got a text from Sideshow. Oh no, how'd you get them then? Oh, you probably order overseas. Exactly. Nathan says the commander code is still available on Sideshow. People at least Western sure weren't seem to. Well, so that's a good point. We're going to get into that as well. But I think what happened was people already, chromed out with everything else that was, coming out with those clones and everything. So I think that people think, number one, maybe they're sitting, right? They're just going to sit. That's why they didn't even bother. That's why they're still sitting at this point. But I think that figure is going to be nice once you put the Cody head sculpt on it. Oh, that's how I'm going to do. I'm going to get a second head sculpt, put that on that thing, and it's going to look gorgeous. So now, Rudy, let's get into you got it on the website. That's crazy. How? I got a text and I still didn't get it.
You know what's interesting about what Nathan just said about people not seeming to warm up to that one. It's not even that the figure. Listen, I think the figure is just another trooper, right? To me, it's like, all right, but they released 6 figures. Right, all in right. We got the Stormtrooper, we got the Commander Cody, we got the 000, the BT, and then we got Revan and Starkiller. Right. You've got 6 figures there. I think people have a limited budget at the end of the day, and when you have these 6 figures, which ones are going to appeal to you?
Right.
I think Revan and Starkiller are the stars of the show,
absolutely,
without a doubt. Right.
Absolutely.
And then the droid C-3PO, this 000 is probably more appealing than all of these. So when you look at the Stormtrooper standard release and that Commander Cody, of all of those, like even for me, right, the 2 that I'm interested in are the Revan and the Starkiller, right? The troopers are kind of way at the bottom of the list. It's like,
and you got those 2, right? You ordered Starkiller and
I haven't ordered those yet. I'm gonna order them, but I want both of those, Revan and Starkiller. Those look great.
The Thor says when the raffle ended, it was made available right away. Oh, that's weird. I didn't even notice that. I just got mine. That was the only one I got because I didn't get 000. And then I ordered. I placed my order and that was it. So now, guys, we got this Stormtrooper. This is another reissue, right? The reason why they didn't call this a reissue, number one, is guaranteed a brand new body, right? When this figure, specifically, this figure was made years ago. Obviously, the figure body from years ago, I can guarantee you most likely is not being used at the moment because everything has been upgraded over the years, especially, how old this figure is at this point. So the reissue of it is, number one, this panel, right? The Death Star panel thing is a reused piece that we've got years ago. I don't own any of this, and if I do, I'm not using any of those pieces, so I don't even remember if I own any of these pieces. Rob, shout out to Rob. he was looking for these recently. He just bought either one or two of them, which is crazy because he just got them, and look, they're reissued for retail right now. So, Rudy, how do you feel about stormtroopers in general? We know that they make them all the time. We know that they look exactly the same. We know that they've been making them for years and years and years. How do you feel about another one with specifically, obviously, it's the selling point, the Death Star, environment background. How do you feel about that?
If I wanted a Death Star background, I'd go to Jazz Inc.
Oh, they make that too?
I'm kidding, man.
No, but they make that, right?
He made them. He made them.
Oh, okay. No,
Look,
I don't remember.
To me, it's another trooper, right? I'm not that excited about it, but I know it's the same reaction that people have when I get all excited about another Iron Man, right? They're like, it's another Iron Man. So, look, it's good. There's nothing wrong with these figures. It's just not terribly exciting. And actually, and like I said today, it felt like a weird announcement coming off the back of two really awesome announcements, right? And even the droids, I put the droids over there, right? Even though the C-3PO was basically a variant, right? The BT was pretty cool, but you're throwing in a trooper there. It just feels like,
well, they got to make that money.
Yeah, they got to make that money, but it's like you're releasing 6 things at the same time. I would have spaced it out a little bit. You already got 4. I would have done the droids and the Revan and Starkiller, and then the Stormtroopers I would have followed down later when there's like a total lull in things.
William, welcome.
Hello, can you
What's
hear
up, William?
We can hear you. We can't see you though.
Yeah,
Like,
headphone.
but it's about pecking order and finance, like Rudy's saying. No, that is true. That is true. One thing about this trooper, though, the cool thing about it, at least for me, is, and I think the whole point of this trooper back then when it was first made, is the fact that you could put these environment pieces next to each other and create like an entire panel. You know what I mean? It looks like an entire wall. Obviously, if you get multiple, right? You get 2, 3, 4. It looks incredible with that background.
Yeah, it's an army builder. I mean, they've got the shots in there where you've got like 5 of these guys standing together. That looks pretty cool.
Ramstein fan, Ramstein, welcome. Nice to see you. First time here. So tempted to get this Stormtrooper. Do you not have any? Or do you just want it for the environment piece? Because I think that's what's going to sell, that's what's going to sell these troopers. William.
Hello.
Any news on the 000 for you? We just went over it.
What do you mean, any news?
Like,
did you get it?
About it? Yeah, like, did you get it? What do you think about it?
I got one so you could have it, remember?
No, I know, but tell us like how you feel about it. Do you like it? Do you
Oh,
not?
it looks really cool. It's a unique piece. Murder C-3PO droid. It's a lot of fun. And I fortunately lucked out for the queue, and that's what took me so long to get on here. I was still in the queue for Cody. Ha 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 ha.
This guy, he's like, I was still in the queue for Cody. The Thor says, hey, William, this is for you.
I saw Cocaine Wookie.
He's like, I saw. I love OT. Troopers more, timeless. A is for Apple. Welcome. New name. Nice to see you. Welcome. I'm definitely getting at least 2 of these troopers to flank my Darth Vader. Ooh, that's sick. With the backgrounds, that's nice. That's really nice. And look, I don't know if you guys noticed, but you get a door. If you switch
the flip side.
The flip side. Sick.
I assume the A New Hope, Luke and Han didn't have that on the back of theirs.
What, the disguise versions?
Yeah.
I don't remember. See, I don't know if I own any of these back pieces at all, but I have the 2 Stormtrooper disguise figures. I don't know if they came with it. Maybe they did.
Well, they came with the panel side. I'm not sure if the flip side was special.
Oh, no, definitely not the flip side. I can tell you that right now, because back then Hot Toys wasn't making fancy stuff like that. And definitely not flip side stuff.
And unfortunately, it's still battery operated.
Why? What did you want? Like USB?
USB.
Yeah. I mean, if you want wires running to that all the time. But I'm mostly looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine figures.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to get into that as well very soon. Serge says people always buy troopers in bulk so they can army build and potentially paint them however they want. That is true too. People love that. People love those troopers all the time. Chris, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
I'm doing.
You made it. You made it, my friend. I have a bunch. I got you. Yeah, no, a lot of people do. And I don't know if you saw years ago, Hot Toys made the 2 Stormtroopers that were completely different sizes. One was shorter than the other. That 2-pack is great as well. I don't own it, but that's a really nice 2-pack. I pre-ordered this for the environment piece. Love it. Yeah, no, a lot of people are just getting it for that reason. And you're gonna see people will take that piece out and sell the figure by itself. Just wait. Are we getting the Dark Star? I hope so. That is one figure I feel like everybody would love to get. You know, and the fact that they tease that dark side stuff, all those dark side figures, I think something's coming. 100% something's coming. Tony P, welcome. Happy Tuesday.
I'm doing.
Hey, my friend. So here we go. So again, like Rudy said, basic trooper, guys. As you can see, it's not a very clean and all clean trooper. As you can see, there's some weathering, there's some stuffing on it, right? As you can see here. This one's a little bit more weathered than this one, so I don't know if they're supposed to be different. I don't know if we're getting more, right? See how dirty this is, and this one is not really, so I don't know what's going on with that. William, are you a Stormtrooper collector?
No.
You're not getting any of these? Not even for the environment piece?
I do want the environment, but I have not pre-ordered him yet.
Well, you'll probably get it for $80 and then sell it for $120.
You can get the environment piece from who is it, Brandon? Right? He's gonna part these out, right?
That is true. Brandon, where are you?
Right? He's gonna part these out.
Yes, that is, guys. You heard it here first. If you need these environment pieces, Brandon, shout out to Brandon, Zapco Scrapyard.
It's his wife's birthday, so shout out to Brandon's wife. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to your wife, Brandon. Let me see if I got some for you. I got some for you. Let me see. This one. I got this one. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, so let's see who. William loved the t-shirt OG Batman. William, do you collect?
I do not.
Nefty says agreed. All right, so next figure, guys. Another banger. I really like this figure. I don't know. I understand the whole chrome thing. I get it, right? I'm played out with the chrome stuff. I have every single one, but again, as soon as I saw this, number one, I thought it was Vaughn, right? I didn't notice this here, so I thought it was Vaughn. And then I said, putting a head sculpt on that, insane. So, Rudy, how do you feel about this piece specifically? How did you feel about all the chrome stuff we've gotten? Remember, we got black chrome Death Trooper, we got chrome clone troopers, we got the copper, we got the what was it? What was that painted one? It's not mosaic. It's
the China, the one.
Yeah.
Looks like Wedgwood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Porcelain. They call it porcelain.
Porcelain. So, and then we got the gold, right? So knowing all of these, knowing we have all of these, and now we're getting more chrome. I'm assuming it's the easiest one to pull off. It's the one that pops the most, at least I think. How do you feel about this?
I saw this and I thought my wallet is safe. That's what I thought. It's like something I don't have to order. Look, it's another trooper, right? It's chrome, sure. All right. But I don't know. It's another trooper. If you're a collector, awesome. Right. But for me, it's an easy.
Now, when you look at this paint application and you see chrome, for some reason, this happens to me. That's why I'm asking you. When I see paint like a fancier, right? Supposed to be. I see a fancier paint application. I'm like, oh, wow, this looks like it would be better. Why does that happen? I have no idea. But just that different paint application, to me, in my head, I'm like, oh, that's gonna look better. That's just normal, naturally better. So does that cross your mind when you see like these variants or these exclusives, like, oh, like that's that's different, that's better, or you just like, oh, this is just a repaint, who cares?
It's more of it's just a repaint, who cares? And that's how I feel about the Iron Man too. Remember they did the blue stealth Iron Man when they were doing the plastic ones?
Yep.
Like even when I saw that one, I was like, yeah, it's just
Really?
another repaint.
It's funny you say that, because when that came out, when that figure came out, that figure, what was the figure again?
It was there was a gunmetal and there was a blue Iron Man.
Oh, no. So that's what I was gonna say. So when that figure came out, that was the very first. We talked about this before. That was the very first figure that came with that twisted torso, so he could do that landing pose.
Right.
And then they made that one, and then they made the Mark III regular, which and then they 2.0'd recently. So yeah, that was that figure was weird when it came out, and the body was weird. It was like a bulky upper body, weird midsection, and then I remember that torso. But look, guys, this is something I'm seeing right now for the first time. That's why I like froze in my thought. Interchangeable helmets. So we're getting the Commander Cody, and we're getting Commander Cody. This is his phase 1, it looks like.
Yes.
Right? Which I didn't know. So this is another reason why it's appealing. Again, I'm seeing this for the very first time. I had no idea he came with 2 helmets. So now that I was able to get him, now it's even more appealing to me. Why? We have, again, my thought from the beginning, even not knowing that it was 2 helmets, my goal was put a head sculpt on it. Boom. That's going to look beautiful. Now having the phase 1, you could put the head sculpt on and have him holding the phase 1 helmet, and it's going to look even better. So, William, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I really like this Cody. I ordered one earlier.
Oh, you did? Are you getting multiples or just one?
Well, it's limit 1 for Sideshow.
Right.
I kind of want a second one, but it's still in stock right now on Sideshow.
Yeah, it's still in stock. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. So
which
so that's
is
a good sign.
It'll sell out eventually. It's
right.
Just before, no one was complaining about the Chrome Troopers until they were part of the overproduced batch.
Yep.
Because when it was Copper Stormtrooper, Porcelain Stormtrooper,
Gold,
the chocolate exclusive one or whatever,
Copper.
The gold one. Well, it was the Copper, but it was from like a chocolate store or something where it had like a different base.
There were different versions.
Yeah, I remember.
One was a chocolate, and then one was a regular release.
Yeah, and so it was just like, before those were, everyone wanted them, and when they came up for sale, it was like, ooh, that's a really nice thing. And then when they had the Chrome clones, they sold out. But then it was the Chrome clone Stormtroopers are still in stock right now, and the Chrome Black Chrome Death Watch, and they just all suffered from, let's call it the armorer times of just making way too many. Right. And then they sit there, and then everyone's like, this is stupid.
Right. Yeah. The first message I saw, shout out to Josh, was why. As soon as this came up, he posted why. Josh Lucero. Shout out to Josh. Derek, how are you, my friend? Welcome. He says Fab's going to buy them all. Actually, I think I may. I think, like I said, I have this one already. Revan and Starkiller I ordered on Sideshow to get the yellow coins. Hopefully I'll get 2 from Toys for Kiddos if he has them available. Another, so I'm gonna have 2 Starkillers, 2 Revans. Obviously trying to get both coins. If not, then the yellow ones will do. Like I said, I don't know what they mean anyway, but obviously to get them, I'm gonna try to get them both. I have, what was the other one? The BT, obviously I didn't get. I didn't get yet, and but I'm gonna get. I'm probably gonna get them all. Brad says, hopefully Paz will clap. He will clap with me someday. Here, this is for you, letting you know that inner sucks. Don't ever say I don't clap for you. Cody 2.0. So this is what I think, Joker J. So this is, again, always pick up a pattern, right? Always pick up the pattern. That's what I try to do. That's why I was trying to connect what they try to do, right? So as you can see, we've gotten pretty much all of the troopers in chrome or whatever style, right? Repainted a certain look. They're getting into Cody, right? What's next? We're going to get a Rex. What's after that? And shout out to, I believe it was Eric who said about the Rex. And I said, oh, if they're doing this, they're definitely going to do Jesse. They're going to do, what's the other one? Rex, Jesse, Cody, and Vaughn, right? Vaughn is 100% coming, right? They already, if they have this as Commander Cody and the helmet that is very, very close to the Vaughn helmet, why wouldn't they do this? Again, are they going to do it chrome? Who knows? They could do it black chrome. They could do it copper. They could do it gold. They could do it porcelain, which I doubt, right? The porcelain, I think, was a one-time deal. I don't think, and if they do make another porcelain, it's not going to be that blue or white. It's probably going to be some other color just to, make it look different. Unless it's a different type of trooper, then that'll be, another possibility. So, Rudy, what do you think of that? Do you think that after seeing this, right? Remember also that Commander Cody was the first clone made as well, as far as I remember, a clone with a head sculpt, a clone and a clone with a head sculpt. So if this, again, this is why mentioning it again, this is how I start picking up patterns. They started from their first clone with this one, right? So again, that's just how I'm looking at it. Now, Cody was from where? Episode what? Episode 2?
3.
So episode 3. So now, does it mean that they're doing only movie repaints, or are they going again to Clone Wars with Jesse and Vaughn and what's the other one? And Rex? What do you think about that, William?
I don't think that they're gonna do those anytime soon.
No, those what?
The repaint, the chrome variations of Rex and Vaughn.
No, but do you think that's a possibility, and do you think they could be made?
It's a possibility, and if they do, it'll be like, I think, limited like this. But even this, when they see that it didn't instantly sell out, it might make them second guess it, especially if they're in a weird, fiscal situation where they're canceling figures for the first time ever and such.
Right.
Chris, which chrome did you get? Go ahead.
You haven't talked about that yet, have you?
What?
The cancellations?
Not yet. We're gonna get that, to the end. Chris, which one did you get? What chrome? Let me know. This one? If you got this one, I'll trade you. I got a nice quarter scale Grogu for you. Nathan says, I really like the chrome stuff. Clearly not mass appeal for them. No, I think William was 100% correct. They were very appealing the entire time. After the first three or four of them, which were gold, copper, porcelain, and no, those were the first 3. So when those first 3 came out, everybody was going crazy over them because they were very rare, right? They were not mass produced. They were not common. Even the copper one wasn't even a U.S. release. Okay, I got my copper years after it was released through a trade. So I didn't even know that thing existed until I found out later on. And the reason why I know, William, that there were 2 releases was because when I saw pictures of it, I was like, what the hell is this? And I started I went on eBay and I noticed one is chocolate and one is a regular standard release. So I was like, oh, and then when I got in the trade was the standard release. I didn't get the fancy one. So that's when I knew. I was like, oh, they did 2 versions. I was like, as long as I get one, I'm fine. And I almost sold my porcelain, and I'm so happy I didn't. Now Fabulous is going to need 2. Oh, no, not at all. I mean, if I get 2, cool, right? But if now realizing that there's a Phase 1 helmet, oh, that's all I need. That's all I need because I got the original coating, I'd rather get a classic chrome Cylone from 70s.
Battlestar Galactica.
Silent from Battlestar Galactica. Brad and I are speaking the same language. You made fun of me for that video. You were like, "What the hell is that?" You posted a Battlestar video. What the hell is that? See, at least Brad and I are on the same page when it comes to this.
Yeah, and you and
Brad, you and me, Battlestar Galactica, man. Although I like the modern one a little bit, but I'm with you.
And you and Brad also love Inner.
I'm not the one picking up all their figures with your Batman figure.
Oh, imagine I got 2 figures, all their figures. Unbelievable, disrespectful, Rudy.
How dare you?
Yeah, I've seen quite a few funny in our fan posts today because of the Hot Toys news, but we'll talk about that.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, we're gonna get into that.
Same here.
We're gonna get into that. It's gonna get juicy because imagine where is InArt right now with all this fire? Where are they? Exactly, nowhere. Brad says, "Bring back the '70s sci-fi." Brad says, "Fabs knows something right." Just so he won't give you a clap. Unbelievable. Oh yeah, what's up with the coins? Lazy on Hot Toys part, I think maybe. No, you know why? I don't know why they would add these coins. I'm assuming they were part of something, right, regarding those figures. I think William explained, talked about them a little bit. Those coins, what they meant.
Right, they were part of the 3 3/4 figures or something.
Right, exactly. So I think it's just a nod to that. They don't really. What did you expect? You know what I mean? What did you want out of that? This is the very first time that we're seeing these figures, right? They're from a video game, from apparently a video game that came out many years ago, right? So it's not something that's new. I think that they're using these figures to create hype because of that whole dark side thing. But I think that at some point they're going to make the figures, as a regular release. Once obviously they're shown at some movie, some show, something, and I think it's very, very, very near. Again, I wouldn't know how they would attach this to any of it. I believe somebody said Ahsoka, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. Do you know about that stuff or not really?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I think they look cool. I knew Star Killer because I did play Force. What was it? Force Unleashed, the first one.
Right.
So I never got to this look. Right.
Yeah,
so I don't know if I even finished it. Right. But I played the first one where he's just got the dual lightsabers. So.
Right. That's the one I played too.
Yeah.
William, can you tell Serge what the coins were about? Because he says Hot Toys is kind of lazy for doing that. I guess he expected some type of different accessory or something.
It looks like the coins are the homage to the classic 3 3/4 inch Star Wars toys that all came with those coins for a while.
So there you go. So it's not, it's not that they were trying to be cheap. It's not that they were trying to be lazy. Again, there's really no reason for them to even come out with these figures out of nowhere like this, right? This is uncalled for. Nobody asked for this. Nobody expected this, right? This is why Hot Toys is king, right? Nobody expected this. There were people telling us on my stream, right? There's one guy, Daniel, telling us that we don't know what we're talking about. We're giving Hot Toys too much credit and they will never make these figures. And here we are talking about them for 2 weeks already. Okay, well, not 2 days, 2 weeks, for a few days already. And because Hot Toys is king, will always be king, and you'll never get any of this from InArt. It's that simple. So you guys can kiss that ass all day long. You guys can lick those balls all day long. InArt is crap, garbage. Will never be anything anywhere near Hot Toys. You all know it. You just need to feel good about yourselves, and you're not buying InArt anyway. It's that simple. So Joker J says, I'm going to steal Fab's coins, replace with a foil. Joker medallion.
Man.
You remember those? Those were delicious. Those were delicious.
I steal them from my kids all the time.
I love the chrome fingers. Cody's from West Virginia. This guy, uncarded. Look at this guy. Where have you been?
I'm doing.
I think he was watching Jetta and Justin. That's what he just got here. He got half of the figure with 2.
That's true.
Oh man, Jim, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
I'm doing.
Nice to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Power of the Force figures from the 80s. Bulls. Power of the Force coins. All right, so now, guys, okay, hold on 1 second because it's gonna get. We're building up. Okay, we're only getting started. I want to get Rudy's take on these two figures before we move on to the next topic. So, Rudy, how do you feel about Star Killer? And did you say you ordered them?
No, I haven't ordered them, but I want these. These
Okay,
I'm gonna.
So what is it about them that are appealing? Again, not being a hardcore Star Wars
So remember,
collector.
I told you, and where if Brandon is watching, right? I like the light up swords. You know, does that seem to trigger him when he said that?
It's like he just said sword.
No, but remember when I told you, like when I started a while ago when we met, I said, I'm starting to dabble into Star Wars again, and I'm starting with the lightsaber figures.
Yes.
So I feel like Hot Toys heard that, and because I feel like I've gotten inundated with the Ahsoka line and all that stuff. So it's been lightsaber figure after lightsaber figure after lightsaber, and this is pretty cool. I mean, he looks great.
He looks awesome. He looks
you
badass
look at
with that suit.
He looks a little menacing with the spikes on the hands.
Those claws, yep.
The claws, right?
Yep.
I'm starting to realize, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, that most of the Star Wars figures I'm picking up are all like Sith or villains.
Well, because they're sexy looking figures. They
look great.
Yep.
But I've got too many. I'm starting to realize I have way too many red lightsabers. I ordered. Who did I order? From Ahsoka. Shin and Balin.
Yeah.
Hey, those are orange. Those aren't red.
Good point, William. See, this is why William's on.
William's like, how dare you?
I know I'm an enabler. I'm justifying.
Got a little difference right there.
It's like, hey, that's variety.
I know.
Right.
It's like, look at that slight tone of red.
But even then, I got Reva. I got the Grand Inquisitor.
Reva. Yeah.
Reva's gorgeous, man. That's a great figure.
Yeah,
So
people were complaining that they went with this Star Killer armor, which was part of a DLC. And it was only if you paid extra, you could play the alternate ending and extra mission stuff.
So that's actually a good thing that they made something so rare and exclusive.
You would think, but it's everyone always wants what they don't have, and it's like
that is true. No, that is true. That is 100% true. It's always, why did they do that? Why didn't they do this look, or why didn't they do the other?
So
look?
I'm just happy that they made the figure.
Correct.
Because I've been eyeing one from a customizer I know, but it's like $800.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
And it's like, ooh, doing that too often is a little bit of a gut punch.
Yeah.
And it's like this gets put up for pre-order, and it's like, oh, it looks great.
Yeah.
And I actually have, like I said before, a different set of Star Killer armor coming, because it's just part of my what I call arts and crafts projects. For
what you're saying is you're gonna damage this somehow to put on the other armor, and you're gonna bootleg this one way or another, and then you're gonna sell it for $120 in the groups.
No, actually, I'm being like Luch, and I got this like really pale, really skinny, seamless body.
Oh, nice.
And because the assassin armor is like sleeveless and such, and he looks all like sickly. So I figured a pale figure would look good.
So he's gonna look like Darth Vader looks inside his helmet, pretty much.
Not like burnt up, but
no, white, the color white, like he's super pale.
Well, yeah, he doesn't get any sun, Fabs.
Well, that's what I'm trying to. That's what you're looking for the body, right? Is it that what you're talking about? He doesn't get any sun. Anyway, Nathan says, in our crap, what are you going to say when they make a Chrome Battinson with a tiny little head, huh? Nathan!
How dare you?
Nathan, unreal. So disrespectful. I was helping with disaster relief. Yo, can you imagine?
That's insane.
Oh, they're like, this is what happens when you mess with nature. This is why you shouldn't be playing God. Nathan says Rudy likes bad boys.
It's not my fault. They look cool, man. Like I was just talking to Fabs too. I'm trying to track down a Darth Maul from Solo.
Yes.
That's gonna be the next pickup. So
Rudy, where were you before? I've gotten rid of so many solos from like mall solos.
you're gonna have to keep me in mind, man.
And
I-
it's like I get them for like 120, and
That's
I'm
like the
not,
favorite number.
I'm not even joking.
Same.
And it's like I just keep looking into like wholesale things, and then I'll flip it for 200, which is still under going
Oh,
value.
well under, yeah.
And it's just I make a couple bucks and I help somebody out.
Well, if you
But
ever run into one, I'm looking for one.
Yeah.
okie dokie.
Yeah.
And you
Thanks,
don't
man.
need it to be complete, or do you want everything?
Ideally, I'd like complete if you can get
Okay.
it. But
Okay.
Rudy.
thanks, William.
Rudy,
What is it?
Just know you'll get it.
He's gonna hit me up like tomorrow.
No, let me tell you, he gets me all like the figures that I can't get. He always finds them and I get them. So just know that. Be ready to pay.
I'll be ready to pay you, man. I'll be ready.
Barry says you have to play the Star Wars game. The Star Wars Force Unleashed game, Star Killer is a beat. Yeah, I got to play. Like I know I did play it. What am I talking about? I
The
don't
first
think,
one was great. The
yeah, I
first
don't
one was
think I
amazing.
beat it. I don't think I beat it though. That's the problem. I don't think I ever got that far to get to him. That's what I think. So that's why I never knew the character. You'll need a ton of CCFLs with these releases. I don't know about that. I think so. So we'll make a head sculpt just like the Peacemaker. I don't know about that. I don't know about that because of the fact that it's a Star Wars thing. It would be great. That would be awesome. It's a great idea, but I doubt it. If it's Marvel, DC, well, that's one thing, but Star Wars, I don't know. Anybody else, maybe, but them, Soso Toys is doing very well. I think they're looking like a licensed third-party company, right? They're looking very legit. They're trying to, play like off the radar. They're not trying to ruffle any feathers, so I don't think so. Anything's possible, obviously, but I don't see that coming from them at all. Not them. Anybody else? Present Toys. Maybe Present Toys. But Soso Toys, I doubt it. Because they haven't got into Star Wars anything yet.
Right.
Present Toy. Who was it? No, Play Toys. Play Toys did the Queen Amidala. They did the second look of Padme is out now for pre-order, right? She's got a different dress, so they could do something like that. But as you can see, they don't focus on head sculpts. They focus on full figures. They did the Woody, right? That funny Woody that came out. Play Toys did it. They did the two Padmes now, so they're the only ones besides those kits. Right? Remember they did the Imperial Guards, Royal Guards.
Right.
They did the Palpatine kit, right? So they are getting into it. It's not like in your face into it. So somebody can do it, absolutely, but I don't think Soso Toys. I would love Soso Toys to make it because they make the best third-party stuff, in my opinion, right? But who knows? I don't think so, though. What do you think, Rudy?
No, I think Star Wars is one of those weird licenses. Like nobody tries to. Like everybody does Marvel, some people do DC, right? But Star Wars, like third party, stays away from that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they come down harder on the control of the IP than other companies because you see a couple of things here and there, but it's not like
they're scared of something.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. Like I said, it would be all in your face if it wasn't so controlled like Marvel and DC.
Right. And like you said, Soso like is one of the if not one of the best third party company right now.
Absolutely.
I totally agree with you on that one. And like you said, they've got a good thing going. They're doing their DC figures, they're doing some Marvel figures, they're flying under the radar, they're doing well, and nobody's really hitting them at this point. I mean, I think they've come close, right? Because they had to kind of go radio silent at some points, but I don't think they want to rock the boat a little bit there.
William, what do you think? You think Soso Toys would get involved with Star Wars?
I don't think so because they haven't up to this point. And it's really weird because, Disney owns both, Marvel and Star Wars, but it's like Star Wars, they've gone after way more like Etsy stores and stuff like that for selling, copyright infringement type stuff for Star Wars stuff than they have for Marvel. And I'm not sure if it's just because they see it as, they're more global property or something, but if So hasn't done it yet, I doubt that they would just like pick, oh, let's just start on this random head sculpt of one figure when
Right.
they've been doing DC and
Right.
Marvel ones for a hot minute now.
Now, Rudy, how would you display this? Double sword or one sword?
Double sword, easy.
Double sword, right? All day long,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
you wouldn't show off the claws at all?
And the claws are cool, but the double sword, man, it's like
Yeah, right.
that's the
You
appeal.
can't beat any figure with a double sword.
No, it's
And
just
now
like
we're
with Darth Maul, right? Darth Maul or even Riva, like you've got the dual-sided lightsaber.
Yes.
Like
I'm doing the same with Riva. I'm doing both.
like you've got to show
Yep.
those, right? I feel like you've got to.
Because we never get them. No figure ever comes with two besides Anakin,
Right. And this guy, look at this guy. Look that pose right there.
Yep.
The purple and the
sexy.
red.
That's
That
sexy.
looks awesome. Yeah.
Yep. And the fact that you get a purple. William, did you ever explain why he has a purple and a red? I don't know if you did.
Yeah, the purple is from when he was a Jedi,
Uh-huh.
and the red is after he fell to the dark side.
So he got this from who?
The purple, it's his.
Yeah.
He
No,
made
but
it,
who
right?
gave it to him? Who gave it to him?
He built it.
Oh, he makes it. Okay. And then who got he made the red for himself too?
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's sick. So why is he the only one besides Mace Windu with the purple?
They have random purples.
But I thought the whole point of Mace Windu, because he said it himself, right? The actor said, when they told him, oh, you're going to get what color do you want? And he said purple. He's like, we don't have purple. He's
Well,
like,
right. And he's the, the instigator that started purple.
that's what I'm saying. So
Right,
why to him? Why to Revan?
Just they
Oh, it just happened? No, I thought there was a
one-
meaning. I thought because I feel like everything in Star Wars has like a meaning and a reason. That's why I asked.
it's just whatever color kyber crystal they are drawn to, because like in the cartoons and stuff it shows like Padawans choosing their kyber crystals as part of their trials and stuff, and like certain crystals called to certain people, and each one has its own color, and the colors don't really mean anything as opposed to allegiance, where like Ahsoka went with white ones because she's not a Jedi anymore, and the Sith obviously have the red because of the bleeding of the crystal where they corrupt it and it turns red. And
Go ahead.
what's
go ahead.
that?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Then most other ones are red and green, but there's also gold lightsabers. Like we saw Rey have a gold one.
Right.
But the Jedi Guardians of the Temple had gold ones before.
William gets asked in an interview, how are you at multitasking? Brings up links of Hot Toys veteran history. What are you? Joker J wants to know what you're building tonight.
I'm building some IKEA furniture.
Oh, look at you. He said Bob Villa. Oh my God. So now look at this. Look what I just picked up. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Look at the Photoshop. Look at the professional Photoshop. Look at the wide open hand. This hand is not meant to hold anything in it because it's wide open. Look what they did. Look how slick they are.
No, it's magnetic.
Photoshop. Oh, that's a great idea. Imagine if it was, but that doesn't even make sense. Can you imagine? I mean, he could be calling the lightsaber. That's that look that that it looks like it's having. But look, same exact hand, wide open, and it just shoved the lightsaber in. There.
Right.
Hey, Sideshow perfected the magnetic lightsabers with Grievous.
Oh my God, that figure!
That figure is garbage.
I have that figure. That figure
so do
is.
I got the redo that was supposed to be fixed, and it was still.
I got the original. I got the very original because it was awesome.
No, I got
my
the reissue.
figure.
I got the reissue that was exactly the same as the original.
I got the, I think it's supposed to be the reissue, and it's great because it costs $50.
This guy.
Way to rub it in, man.
Yeah, no, he does that all the time. He does it all the time. You gotta hear the things he tells me.
Now you did see that I know Cos babies are to be taken with a grain of salt, but they did have that Cos baby image of Grievous, along with Darth Maul's and I don't know the yellow Darth Maul.
His brother Savage Opress.
There you go.
Oh, the yellow one. You showed me. Didn't you send me the
I sent you the
picture?
cause baby thing with the thing
yeah.
circled because I'm like,
yeah.
if that one comes out, that's another one to get.
I think eventually it will, especially for Clone Wars. I think it'll come out from Clone Wars. O3 Mill says, wait, how are you, my friend? I feel like I haven't said hello to you. Welcome. I don't remember if I did, but I don't know if I did, but here you go. Look, he says, pretty sure Raven, he means Revan, was in Prince's band. That's why he has the purple. Yeah, that's why doves cry. Brad says, Faz, did you get 000? If not, are you planning? I want 000. It looks like I have a 000 locked in already, thanks to the Coates, the William Coates. But I was hoping that obviously if I didn't get one from William, I was gonna try to get one from toysforkiddos.com, obviously before they sell out, because that happens, right? He'll get them. He'll have 2 items in stock. They'll sell out. It'll say sold out, and then the next day he'll put up more. 2 days after he'll put up more. So that's how he works that. So I hope I could get it before it sells out, because we don't know how many he's gonna get.
But his website is actually pretty good. If you sign up for the notify me when back in stock, those emails actually go out like automatically when he changes the quantity. So
Yep, right away. You get notifications immediately of anything. If you put something in your wish list and it's out and then it comes back, all that stuff you get notified. If you leave something in your cart, you get reminded that it's there. So he's on top of that. SJC, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing.
Inner would never Photoshop. He said Inner would never Photoshop. I know. They just don't make a product correctly. That's all they do. That's a force. That's a force hand. Kind of. Yeah, exactly. That's what I figured. It looks like he's calling the lightsaber over rather than holding it. So, but it's like that's Photoshop 101, unless I use blue tack. A for Apple says, I believe Revan was a Jedi who's a little bit on the dark side, similar to Mace Windu, even before Revan became a Sith. William, you're being questioned. Your knowledge is being questioned.
Well, he was leaning toward the dark side because he led the forces into war against the Jedi Council wanting to stay out of the conflict. So it's anytime you engage violence and don't err on the side of peace and caution, then you're obviously stepping the line of dark side.
Oh, that makes sense. Look at you with the explanation. They should call you Dictionary William. Savage sounds like a sassy hairstylist with long ass nails. Long ass nails. Star Wars days are terrible. Harold, my friend, welcome.
I'm doing.
Made it. Well, good night, Harold. Imagine. So also, Rudy.
Yeah.
If you were to come on, what just happened here? If you were to rate this 1 to 10.
This one? That's a
Yeah.
10. That's a
10 all day long?
I mean, look at the armor. I'm sorry, look at that armor. I mean, even knowing nothing about the character, right? That armor is top notch. The sculpt is top notch, right? The helmet, the way he poses. I mean, this is a great figure. Of the two, this is the best one they released. Right? The Star Killer looks great, but this one just looks amazing.
You know why? I think exactly what you said. The armor is what makes it, because the other one, Star Killer's all black. You know what I mean? It's just plain black. I think the pops of copper and all this metallic
and the red on the skirt,
correct,
that just gives it a color pop.
Skirt.
It's a very
what is it, William? What is it supposed to be? Sorry.
Robes, maybe?
Okay, the robes. There you go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He said, how dare you call that a skirt?
It's a kilt.
Oh man.
Well, technically wasn't in the video game. I think the original, wasn't it like
Rudy,
Revan could be either.
He's not Scottish, okay?
No, but wasn't Revan supposed to be either it could be a male or a female?
In the choose your own adventure, you can pick it whatever character you want, male or female.
Right.
The canon answer was that it was a male, and the general from the second game was a female, and then they solidified that when they did the Revan novel.
I got it. Okay.
Hobby,
See?
welcome.
I'm doing.
William
ahead,
with the
Rudy.
knowledge.
Big Dog, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing.
You guys made it. So, all right. So, Rudy.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get into the drama. Okay.
But what drama?
Oh, you don't even know what's happening. You don't even know what's happening. So first and foremost, okay. First and foremost.
Don't get me banned from YouTube
Three-
again like last time.
Why? What were
You
you
got
banned?
banned?
No, I didn't get banned. I got I got put in streaming jail for a little bit.
Streaming jail. This guy. Oh my god. All right, hold on. I gotta pull it up. Gots to pull it up, guys. So a lot of stuff going on with Hot Toys, right? And this here, I was kind of very, very shocked about because like I said, I feel like it happened once before. I'm not sure exactly how many times it happened. Like I said, I'm 99.9% it happened one time already. But this is very, very shocking, right? It's not something common. The whole situation regarding this whole deal is, doesn't make any sense. But we're about to get into it right now. So, guys, we get this announcement from Hot Toys, and it looks like a lot of people. I feel like not a lot of people. I feel like some people thought it was a lie. That it was like a made up
Right.
announcement, right? Because again, it's shocking. Not only is it shocking that Hot Toys is canceling anything, but it's shocking regarding the figure. At least one of the two figures that were canceled, right? So one was the Sakarian Iron Man. I don't think anybody really cared for that, right? I think the moment it was announced, people were just like, "Who asked for this?" Yeah, exactly. What is it? Who asked for this? This is ugly. What's the point of this? So that figure specifically, I believe that they didn't have a lot of sales. I didn't pre-order that at all, right? I didn't pre-order that. I was gonna get it, right? But I didn't pre-order it. The second figure was the Young Barry Flash figure, which I personally thought was way better than the original Flash. Number one. Number two, the fact that you could get 3 looks out of that figure alone, to me, was awesome. I was already going crazy trying to figure out if I should get 2 or 3. For those who watch the streams, I was debating on that. I didn't know if it was worth it to get 3, but I definitely wanted the 3. I was definitely going to get at least 2. Like I said, I didn't pre-order any of them anyway, but I know the Young Barry was already waitlisted on Sideshow. So they definitely got sales for Barry 100%. It was a great figure. There was no complaints about the figure. And the reason why I loved the figure to begin with was because it was a battle damage figure, right? You had his clean head sculpt. You had his battle damage head sculpt, right? His faceplate that was with the scratch. So the figure was incredible. It was going to be incredible. I guess we'll never know at this point. It's very annoying. Rudy, what do you think happened? Why do you think this happened? How do you feel about the 2 figures that were canceled?
This was crazy news, to be honest, because it was right on the tail end of 6 drops, right? 6 announcements and a couple really good ones. But I'm with you. I've been collecting for a while at this point, and I've never seen Hot Toys cancel a figure that was already put up for pre-order. Right. Usually the thing with them is as soon as a figure went up for pre-order, you were guaranteed to get it. Right now, would batches be smaller? Maybe, but looking at the 2 that they picked, right? I'm with you on the Sakarian Iron Man. Even as a Marvel person, I wasn't gonna pick that one up. There was just no reason for that one. I think it had limited appeal, and I agree with you on that one. I think that they didn't see as many sales as they wanted. Even with Iron Man being big in the Asian markets, I don't think that one sold at all. Right? You just didn't see a lot of hype for that one.
Right.
So that one, I think I would definitely attribute to what you said, low pre-orders. On the Flash one, that was surprising just because it went on waitlist on Sideshow. Right? So it just felt, it went a little quicker, but look, we had figures like Morbius go on waitlist, right? And it's Morbius. I think would be in the same boat. It's like not many people. I don't think many people jumped on that pre-order either. Or maybe I could be wrong because it's a monster, but it just felt like there was a lot more interest in that Flash figure. I was surprised they even went to that one, given that the movie didn't do as well. But that one is a surprising one of the two because that felt like there was a lot more demand for that. The Iron Man, I think that was kind of a weird one to launch.
That's why it's shocking to me, and it was, you know, I couldn't believe it. I was like, why that figure? Again, that to me that was one of the most exciting figures out of the entire line. You know, that's better than Dark Flash. That's better than the regular Flash. You know, obviously, I don't think it's better than Batman, but it was a very appealing figure. It's a very good looking figure. And again, the possibilities of different looks, you can't beat that. You know, the head sculpt looked great. That hair on that head sculpt looked great. Big Dog, no, I didn't. I didn't get a I didn't get a 000 at all. But I will get one from either William or Toys for Kiddos, hopefully. So I am good. Quicksilver, welcome. Thank you for being here. Darts Runner is so cool. I'm getting him, and I know nothing about them. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know about I don't know anything about Revan or Starkiller, and I already pre-ordered both, and I'm getting hopefully 2 more from overseas to get those red coins. So they're great looking figures. They're going to be very, very hard to find eventually. And
you really need the red coins.
It's like my you know, my collector mentality. You know what I mean? Like if I could get like the cool piece, then why not? But if obviously I miss out, then I miss out. It's not a big deal. Right. But I wouldn't go like, you know, let's say the item came out, let's say Revan was $300, right? And overseas, $300 with those red coins. It sells out. Now I have to pay $500 on eBay. I would never. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, but I would never go out of my way to overpay for an exclusive. Never. That's why I try to pre-order everything so I don't have to do that. You know. Right. Let's see. We got a few people in here. Came in. Rudy took some shrapnel.
It did.
Barry says, "I mean, everyone should get Starkiller." Yeah, no, that's a great figure. It looks.
That is a great figure.
It looks beautiful. And can you imagine that right next to Obi-Wan, Darth Vader? Oh,
dude, that's gonna be a great display. All the
sexy as hell.
Right.
You know. Joker Jason, stay tuned, folks. Tomorrow, William builds a car on stream. Imagine he's gonna body kit his Lambo.
You know what's funny? Joker J mentioned something. He mentioned the within our product schedule. I did think that was interesting language that they picked, that Hot Toys picked for their announcement.
Meaning what?
Because it wasn't like, what did they say? Hot Toys has reacted to the rapid market changes.
That's a translation of Mandarin.
Right. Of the Chinese, right?
Right.
It says, due to unforeseen market alternation, we have been involuntary to cancel the following projects. Hot Toys has reacted to the rapid market changes, and our team is highly disappointed to this unusual situation of project cancellation, yet it does happen within our production schedule. Yeah, they've canceled how many items already? They just never announced it, you know?
They've never launched them on pre-order.
Right.
Right.
Once again, thank you for the support along the way, and sorry to cause any inconvenience. If you have any questions. So I don't know what they're talking about. Market changes. I don't understand. I again, even if it was lack of pre-orders, I don't know what they would call that market changes. You know what I mean? So that doesn't make sense. Let me catch up real quickly. What's up, Tuli, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. How are you?
I'm doing.
So, my friend, welcome.
A Mandarin speaker was talking about that earlier and saying that the word choices that for the translation are a little odd, but
yeah, because it doesn't make sense when you read it out loud.
Because it was like they used like Google Translate and it just literally translated without the actual like doing the substance,
without the intent of it.
Right. It doesn't
but you know, long story short, you ain't getting those 2 figures.
Don't be so mean, okay? Guys, there's 43 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you don't mind, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. Rudy's hoping they cancel his 89 Batmobile so he can pre-order 3 Stormtroopers.
No way, my friend. No way.
Oh man. He said 3 Stormtroopers. I looked up and scored triple. Ooh, I still hate those
Nice.
lotteries though. They can suck. Julie, any trades? SJC says Fabs needs the red coins so he can put next to his look. Exactly. 100%.
Oh, you have the sticker set?
Well, I got two. I got two Loki.
You got
two Loki of the what are they called? The premium sets. So one is open, one is sealed. But yeah, what I want to do is use those stickers to cover the coins.
Did it come with a T-shirt or just stickers?
He came with the light box, a T-shirt. He came with the stickers. He came with like a bunch of things that Hot Toys has never put in a figure before. That was the whole point of the premium packaging, which still available, by the way.
Yeah, I keep seeing some of them. It's just, but I just don't know.
It's just, you know what sucks? It's annoying that it had to be that figure that we had already gotten. You know what I mean? If it would have been a different figure, that would have been great. But it's another Loki. It's like, man, how many Lokis do I need? But I got it.
Never have enough Lokis, man.
Exactly. That's why I was like, you know what? It's not a big deal. Jeff, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Happy Tuesday.
I'm doing.
Nice to see you. Let's see. What do you guys are saying? All right. So it looks like, right? So, William, so what do you think of this? What do you think is the reason why this is happening? Why do you think that they decided to announce it? Obviously, there were pre-orders already. It was up for pre-order already. So I understand the cancellation, right? Before, if they decided not to ever make something, they just wouldn't make it, right? They would tease it, years would go by, and we would never see it. How do you feel about the announcement? What do you think was the actual problem?
Probably just production costs versus how many orders they actually had. Because yes, Young Barry went to waitlist, but as we've seen with Sideshow, they have their fake waitlist where they, after a certain time, just put waitlist open and.
But that doesn't happen for every figure, though. If you pay attention,
it doesn't happen for every figure, no. But with them having the regular Flash for the movie coming out,
right,
and then having Young Barry, where the suit is, the '89 Batman suit, and all that, which they haven't reworked yet to be, current, plus the paint, a head sculpt that's completely, different because it's, a younger one by 10 or 15 years or whatever. And so it's just the cost associated with all those things. If they didn't have, massive amounts of pre-orders on it, then it's like you start looking at, okay, if this one we're going to barely break even, then let's not do it. And
but I want to show you something. You could talk about it. I want to show you something regarding the Young Barry, because you mentioned something that I thought before the figure was even announced, that I said they're definitely making this Young Barry figure because it's a no-brainer, because of the fact that it's a reused Hot Toys Batman body that we know they have plenty of. But if you pay attention, and this is why I want to show you, because the suit is not the and look, Big Bad Toy Store still has it up for pre-order. So it looks like, right, this is nowhere near the Hot Toys Batman suit at all. Yeah. Right? If I go pick up the Batman figure suit right now, the Batman Returns figure, this is not the suit. This is a customized suit to make it look that way, right? But this is not the actual Batman suit that was used for the Batman Returns figure, right? So now seeing this, continue.
I'm just saying it's having to make a completely, it's not just, the whole reusing parts where you have two Flashes and you can, poop out a second or third SKU.
I see what you're saying. Because they had to remake a whole new suit.
Remake the whole suit, remake the head sculpt.
Gotcha.
Have the head sculpt painted yet again in a different way than what they just got down, and to having all their little dudes hand painting all the head sculpts.
Little dudes.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, little people.
So racist.
What?
So he said what?
You're the one who keeps saying they speak Chinese. It's Mandarin Chinese.
Oh, Sorry that I used the proper word. So, so what do you think of this? It's still up for pre-order. Did nobody send the memo to Big Bad Toy Store?
Well, they're sold out on Sideshow. You saw Sideshow move them right to the sold out. You can't even find them in the.
They're not on the website.
They're not on the website anymore.
At
So if
all.
you Google them, if you Google Hot Toys Young Barry, it'll take you to the Sideshow page, but they're marked as sold out.
Yeah, right here. See?
Yeah, so if you click on that one, it's sold out now.
Right, but they
Not
don't
even
even
wait.
exist if you search on the actual.
Oh yeah, yeah, they don't even pop up. Yep.
They don't
Yeah,
even show up.
it's
Yep.
yeah,
It's canceled.
it's in the archives.
Yep.
Oh,
But
man, that's so
it-
depressing.
well, more people should be pre-ordering.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? This is
But the Sakaran Hulk or Hulkbuster or whatever it is, there's the Sakaran Iron Man armor. It's that was a weird one to pick
Right.
out of all
Yeah.
the what if ones.
Right.
And I think the Hydra Stomper didn't sell as well as they had hoped.
Nope.
And because that thing's in the bargain bin right now and coupon eligible and all that other stuff, and it keeps coming up on daily deals. And even the little midget Steve Rogers couldn't get people to jump on that grenade as much as they wanted.
It wasn't
And so
enticing enough.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, well, that one makes sense for the cut because that is another one where it's not quite reusing any other parts. It might be part of a Iron Patriot and part of something else, but it's not a complete just like clone of any of the existing Iron Man armor, which should have made it a little bit appealing to Iron Man collectors. But
I think it was the color scheme too.
the color and the fact that it's an animated Tony Stark head and not a Robert Downey Jr.
Correct.
or a straight comic book head.
Correct.
Because a comic book head like your third party one that you put on your classic colors Iron Man, that looks nice. But the
Even
what if
though everybody says it looks like what's his name, Doctor Strange, but I think it looks
well,
like
it looks like the 90s cartoon Tony Stark.
right.
And which all the faces look the same in that anyway because white people, they all look alike. And
racism is in your blood. Go ahead. He's like, because white people. Rob, how are you, my friend? Wait, let me say hello to Rob.
How you doing?
Go ahead, William.
Oh, it's just a reoccurring joke in my house that
It's like these
because I'm white and my wife is not. And
so now, guys, okay. So please tell me in the chat who pre-ordered the Flash and how do you feel about the cancellation? Does it matter to you? Do you feel like you're going to miss out on the figure? Were you very excited for the figure? Was it something that you felt that it was necessary? I know Michael. Shout out to Michael Welch. I know he's a big Flash fan. I don't know if he even pre-ordered. I'm going to assume he had pre-ordered them. I don't know how he felt about the movie, but I know he's a huge Flash fan. So I wonder what he did about it. I got to message him to see what is his situation is with that. Also, do you think, Rudy, there's a possibility for future cancellations if this is happening? We're almost mid 2024 and we're getting a cancellation, like this. Do you think this is a possibility to happen more in the future, or do you think they're going to try to avoid this, to avoid deflating the community, avoid causing people to be upset about again, I was very, very, very stressed out about that figure because I didn't know if I was getting 2 or 3. That's how good I thought that figure was, right? Yeah. I know I wasn't the only one. I know a lot of people were excited for that figure as well. So do you think this is going to be happening in the future also?
I think it could. I think it opens up a possibility that something could. Look, I think the SJC 360, right? That Manta, I think, is definitely another one that to keep an eye out on, right? Because one, he's a villain that people probably want, but again, he's coming from a movie that wasn't as well received, and I think you're looking at a Hot Toys that has a ton of things in the queue, right? That they're ready to launch, and I think William raised a lot of good points. Are they really going to commit a lot of resources on something that's not going to pay? Right. I think they're going to try to avoid it, right? I really do think that this is not going to be a standard thing where all of a sudden it's like, we don't want to make this figure anymore. It didn't meet our sales expectations, but there's probably going to be a threshold that they've set. And if something doesn't hit that threshold, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it. To be honest, I was surprised. And when I saw this, I was expecting somebody to cancel that Kang figure.
I thought that was going to happen after he went to jail. I thought
so did I. And the fact that it still hasn't gotten canceled, I'm like,
well, he got convicted, but he avoided jail.
Right, he's what, under house arrest, I think, right?
It was like probation or something.
Or something, or he's got to go to anger management.
Stuff. Yes, don't hit women.
Why? So Thule says, oh wait, I want to ask SJC question for you. Why do you think that Manta would be canceled or may be canceled? Do you think? I want to tell you why I don't think that. Right? I don't think so because everybody wanted Black Manta from the first Aquaman movie. That would have been the nicer looking one. We know that Mars Toys made it, right, in all black. It's still up for pre-order on 16kit.com. If you haven't gotten one, it's still up there. I believe it's delayed for a while now. I don't know if it was due this year or when, but it's nowhere near. It's like I said, it's still for pre-order.
I think it's 2 years late now at this point.
Oh, is it that long? Yeah, so
yeah.
So it's been delayed for a long time.
Well, that's Mars Toys for you.
Yep.
Oh, exactly. So my point is this, SJC. Why do you think that it'll be canceled? The fact that they didn't make a Black Manta from the first movie, I think, had people already upset. When they announced the second one, yes, it's not the same, nowhere near the same, right? Completely different outfit, completely different suit, completely different color, right? I think the reason why I don't think it'll be canceled is because I think people will want a Hot Toys Black Manta figure in their collection, right? So I don't think that, I think they got plenty of orders for that. I think just having that, even if it's not the original, all black Manta, I feel like having that in our collection would look great. If you have, whether it's the Justice League Aquaman, whether it's the Aquaman, we don't know if they're doing the new Aquaman. We don't know. I have a feeling, and the moment I saw the movie, I said, do not be shocked. I don't know if you guys remember this. I said, do not be shocked if they come out with a gold Aquaman 2.0 because the suit looks more detailed in the second one, looks slightly different in the second one. And that's the suit that the movie starts off with. So I thought they were 100% going to give us a better head sculpt, a 2.0 suit, right? A better looking suit. And obviously having Black Manta there, it's a no-brainer. So that's why I don't think it would be canceled. Rudy, do you think there's a chance for Black Manta to be canceled?
I think it's one to watch out for.
Why?
I think it's look, it marks the end of the DCEU, right before James Gunn's new universe comes in. It's it was an afterthought movie. I think a lot of people didn't watch it. It didn't make a lot of money in the box office. People that watched it generally, it seemed to not have gotten great reviews, right? And even people that watched it weren't crazy about it. So I think it's something to watch out for, but I think 03 Mills makes a good point, right? And he later down, I think they've canceled what they need to cancel at this point in time, right? I don't think there's going to be a regular occurrence from them. I think something happened with these two particular figures. I think the fact that they put in the Sicarian Iron Man, that's the big one that tells me a lot of people didn't buy these. Right?
Correct.
They just, because that was an odd figure to release, right?
Yep.
Even for Iron Man collectors or Marvel collectors, that was just something that wouldn't have necessarily fit into the collection.
Yep.
So I think, again, this is going to be a rarity. I think.
Well, have any of the What If figures actually sold out?
No.
That's the thing, right? What If is one of those lines. Animated figures, I feel like, are, unless you're from across the Spider-Verse, right? Those seem to be pretty well received, but anything else?
That was theatrical.
Right. So it's not a TV show an animated TV series. So
Khalif says they should RSVP with NRD or something for gauging interest on figures. I don't know. There has to be a better way than cancellation. I mean, again, this is not something that has ever happened. I don't know how long you've been in the community or collecting Hot Toys, but again, as far as I remember, if this happened once, maybe, again, I don't remember. This is not something that ever happens. I
Yeah.
understand. You know, I'm stressed out and bummed about the Barry, right? The Iron Man. It is what it is, but it's not something that is common. It's not something that is going to happen, you know, every year, guaranteed. You know, again, when did this happen? I can tell you, if it happened, it wasn't 5 years ago. It wasn't 7 years ago. It wasn't 9 years ago, right? But I have a feeling that I just can't remember exactly what figure, but I have a feeling something was canceled. Was it up for pre-order? I don't know. Right? I can't tell you at the moment because I don't remember. But
Yeah, I don't think they've ever canceled anything that's been up for pre-order.
so I think that's
Like
the
I
thing,
said, right? I think what we've seen, because you have all those lists where they list all the MMS figures,
right?
and sometimes there's a gap and people are waiting for those gaps to be filled. I've seen them. I think there are some numbers they've skipped over that were supposed to be some kind of a release, right? But they just didn't even announce it. So that's the only thing that we've seen where internally they may have canceled something, but this is the first time they've canceled figures that have actually gone up for pre-order since
Right.
I've been
I think
collecting.
that is the
And
main big deal. I think that is the
that's
main
a big
deal.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah. But my
I
big
think it's
deal
gonna
is
be a
that
rarity, yeah.
Barry figure. What'd you say?
Yeah. I think this is not something I'm not like, because I've seen the Facebook message groups where everybody's like, this is the beginning of the end for Hot Toys. And I'm like, listen,
Oh, man.
in right, they've been around for what, 20 years now or more. At
Yeah.
this point, these are the first two figures they've had to cancel, and it's one of them clearly makes sense because nobody was interested in it. I don't think this is the end of Hot Toys by far, but I think this is something
Well,
that they're
don't say that because look what the King did.
oh, stop it. Stop.
Look what the King did. It says, look at what I did to the hobby with a couple of figures and a bit of ambition.
Oh man. You and Inart, man.
Oh man. So go ahead, keep going. I just
No. I think they've never done this before. I think there's just something with these two particular figures that the cost wasn't there. The benefit, they did some cost benefit based on what orders they had, and it just wasn't worth it for them.
SJC, I'll go with you, William, in a second, but I just want to touch on something SJC says. So for now, it's a one-off character, and like you said, Hot Toys likes to reuse pieces. Don't see anything Manta can be used for. Correct, but you also got to understand, it's a cheap figure to make, right? The suit is going to be stitched up, sewn together like any other Spider-Man suit, right? So there's no money really going into that besides obviously, you know, making the suit. So I think that's actually going to be cheaper than if they would have made the original Black Manta figure with all those panels on top. Then they could have given us, you know, a variant of whatever if they decided to. But I think that's why they didn't make it to begin with, because of all those panels, because of, I guess they just felt like, you know what, it's not a big deal. But now that it's cheaper to make, that's why it wouldn't make sense for them to cancel it, because again, it's just a suit now, right? It's a head, right? That big head, the suit, the spear, that's it. So there's really nothing going into the figure, right? There's no technology, there's no innovation, there's nothing crazy going into it. Making the panels, though, you need to make molds for these panels. You need to print these panels. You need to paint the panel. Way more work. Again, doesn't mean that Hot Toys can't do it. We get more intricate figures than a Black Manta. Plenty more intricate than that. So I don't think it was that. They obviously they have the reasons why they didn't do it, but this figure, that's why I don't think it's going to get canceled, because it's a very cheap figure to make. I don't think there's anything expensive about it.
And actually, just jumping in there really quick, because going back to that comment that O3 Mills made about they would have announced them together. The more I think about it, the more look at the day they announced it, right? They announced it the same day that they just launched 6 figures up for pre-order, right? Revan, Star Killer, the 2 droids, and the 2 troopers, right? So it was, I don't know if they thought it would get buried and lost in that news, but it was almost like, here's a bunch of good news, and here's a little bad news, right? And I think I don't think they're looking to stretch this out, right? All right, it's going to be a slow burn. I think they wanted to get it out of the way. We're doing something we've never done before. Right. This is it. And even though the wording, right, William, like you said, from the Mandarin, isn't exact. I think the fact that they're really showing a lot of regret. They didn't want to cancel these. So I think if they were going to cancel other figures, they would have announced them and just ripped the Band-Aid off at once. So
right. I think it was kind of, I believe that it was embarrassing for Hot Toys to make an announcement like this, believe it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely. You know why? Because even though, you know, they don't get involved with the community like other companies, right? Like Inner, for example, J&D doesn't either, right? They mind their own business. And I think that they know, right? They deep down, not deep down, they know their status in the community. They know their status in the hobby. They know who they are as a company, right? And I can guarantee you they hear what people say about Inner being better, and they probably laugh in these people's faces, right? But being a company, being the type of company, right, the caliber of company that they are, having to admit, right, something like this, and again, it's we don't know what it is, we don't know what actually happened, right? Whatever it is, it's not a bad thing, right? It's not like they were scamming somebody. It's not, you know, and it's not anything like that, right? For whatever reason they cancel the figure, right? We'll never know. They try to explain it to us. It doesn't make sense. It is what it is, right? But what I think happened, you know, was how do we let them know that we're canceling this without causing any issues? And that's why it's as short as you see it right here. You know what I mean? Right to the point, boom, boom, boom. No long explanation. No, you know, let's not beat around the bush. Let's not drag this out. Here you go. We're sorry. Goodbye. You know? William, how do you feel about that?
About not dragging it out?
Well, about the whole thing with the cancellation, like, you know, you being around for as long as you've been around, you know, never hearing of a cancellation from Hot Toys. You know, specifically the two figures that they canceled. Obviously, one was more popular than the other. One was definitely more wanted than the other. One was, you know, overall better than the other. So how do you feel about the whole, you know, the whole announcement thing?
It's pretty understandable, you know, from a business standpoint of things. Like, look at how many, you know, video games get scrapped, and they're already, you know, millions of dollars into R&D and such. You know, it's like if something's not working, you just sometimes have to cut your losses and move on. The thing with the Flash is, you know, you had what, Justice League Flash, you had regular Barry from the Flashpoint. Was there another Flash figure that's actually been released, or is those the two Hot Toys?
No, those are the two.
By Hot Toys.
Yeah, those are the two.
By Hot Toys, yeah, regular Flash.
So they already have, you know, their first one and their current one that you can still order to be, you know, if you want a Flash figure from them, you can have one.
Right.
I don't think
even the first, the Justice League Flash is very expensive right now.
Right. But that's why, you know, people were jumping on the Flashpoint adult Barry, you know, because they can have that in their Justice League as a stand-in, you know, if they didn't have one already. I don't think they'll cancel Black Manta because the fact that Present Toys and whoever else is probably, you know, making another one, and they haven't made one yet to, you know, get their cut of the Black Manta money of people that actually want Black Manta.
Right.
You know, Aquaman, they might make another one, who knows? But you know, it's
you
like
don't
I
think
said.
You don't think it's kind of late now? Like the movie came out so long ago, and like they haven't even teased anything for Aquaman.
Well, just remember with the Days of the Future Past Wolverine, how many years after that it came out? You know, it's
Venom too.
Yeah, and so it's just the randomness of,
right. That's
you know,
true.
you take a swing and you see if people respond, and I think that they took a gut punch with the abundance of Lokis that they made all at one time.
Right.
The abundant, you know, it's like
that is true too. Yes.
If you space them out, you know, it's like nobody wants to pre-order, you know, TVA Loki, and then the next day they put up President Loki, and it's like, oh, I like that one better, you know. But if they had, you know, if they released the first Loki and then tease or you know, show the next one that's coming out the following year, you know, that gets more people on board with getting more versions because it's not all at once. But if it's like, hey, buy these 6 figures that we just are all releasing, bam, 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 from the same line, and a lot of them are still in stock, because not all of them sold as well as others. Like Sylvie and Classic Loki are still in stock most places.
Even President Loki, isn't it? Yeah, I was gonna say President Loki too.
Yeah, he goes for a little bit on the secondary because people part him out for the head because it's a really good head sculpt.
Yep.
But it's just like, it is what it is when it comes from the business standpoint of things. If it wasn't gonna work, it's not gonna work, and at least they didn't, disappear and radio silence and just, start ghosting people on the details and everything else.
Right.
Like, imagine if it was just taken down off a Sideshow site without any explanation. It's like, what the hell just happened? But
right.
You have all these other third-party companies and stuff that some of them, just literally disappear and you never hear from them again, even if they're licensed. Like that Dexter Morgan figure, that's what, 3 years.
Molecule
behind.
8. Rudy and I were talking about Molecule 8.
Molecule 8. One release and done.
Yep. So it's just like,
Barry says, as an African American male, Kang and Manta will not be canceled.
yeah, if they were going to cancel Kang, they would have done it, I think, with this announcement, because it would have been,
exactly, immediately.
it-
I think faster than this.
well, I'm just saying, if they were gonna, pull the rug at one time, he would have been included
Yeah, they
on
would have added
this
everybody.
and been like, because of reasons, we can just say these 3 instead of these 2. But yeah, he was convicted, he was dropped and everything else, but I assume that one had pretty decent sales.
Right. Yeah, I thought so too.
Because even if you don't like the Jonathan Majors thing, you could still have the purple head sculpt.
Correct.
Purple face.
Correct. Khalif says, I've collected since 2008. It's never happened. Just teasers in the graveyard. Yep. Yeah, I figured, I know that happens, right? But I for some reason, I'm like, I know for a fact that no pre-order has ever been canceled. That I know. Figures canceled, I think maybe one, if I remember correctly. But I know when they were already out for pre-order, that's never happened. So you're correct. Chicken Littles everywhere.
That's true.
Rob, look at that. I need a Commander 2 months, my friend. Look at that. Thank you so much. Look at that, guys. Yeah, guys, if you haven't thought about joining the channel, please do so. We're having a blast. We're having a blast. Joker J says, I think the kid who stole FabsFigures works for Inner. It's Guy.
It was John. It was John.
It was John. Anthony, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Nice to see you.
I'm doing.
I'm late for the party, but I'm here. Good evening. Yes, thank you for being here, my friend. You made it finally. A while ago, Fab talked about COVID money that flowed into the hobby. I'm wondering if Hot Toys has seen a decline in sales of. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. As you can see, we speculate and we think and we assume, right, that this boom in production came from that money, right? That's what we assume. We don't know, right? But we know that a lot of people got in the community in 2020, 2021, when we were getting all that free money, right? Nobody was going anywhere. You couldn't do anything. You were home all day, right? You were getting free money for the government. What were you doing? Because you didn't make that money. It was free money. Most people wasted it on bullshit. So that's how a lot of people got started with the figures. They were probably already collecting Funko Pops, Black Series, whatever. They get $1,200 check from the government. Oh, I can afford my hot toy now. I can maybe get 2. And there's your beginning, of hot toys. So that's what we all assume, right? That's what we all think, because that's the only thing that makes sense for that influx of not only people in the community, but groups, They're like a billion groups now on Facebook. Hot Toys, everything. 1-6, everything, right? So all of those things, right? You can't really pinpoint when it happened, but the one time frame that we can kind of gauge something big happened was 2020. It disrupted the entire market. It disrupted everything, right? The world was at a complete stop. So that's why it was a weird situation. But do we really know exactly what caused it? No, because nobody told us, hey, by the way, Hot Toys didn't come out with a letter saying we are increasing the numbers because, 2020 free money from the government made us, make more figure. Like, we would never know that specifically, but that's the only thing that logically makes sense. Albert says, I like it. Cancel more nonsense. This guy. You didn't like him? I like the, what do you call it? I like the Barry. I'm going to crash the next John interview and just keep asking him why he stole the shoes. Why he stole the shoes. Imagine. All right, guys. So I have a few more topics, but I'm going to leave them for tomorrow, guys. Don't forget that I'll be back here tomorrow, 8 p.m. with a new show. Literally just us guys hanging out, talking about whatever comes up. We're going to do the figure of the week right now. We're going to do the wheel, guys. Hopefully we get William to pick up a figure and not a tool. Let's see. Let's see. All right, here we go. Are you downstairs, William? Yeah, right.
I'm about to be.
All right.
He's
All right,
shifting.
guys, so,
He's getting prepped.
So here we go. Rudy, this one's for you.
Let's see.
And tomorrow, guys, we're going to be doing wheels. So the topics are going to be from the wheel, right? So it's not going to be a planned show. It's going to be whatever.
Marvel female. All right.
Marvel female. You definitely have one because you
Yes.
have Marvel. All right, William, your turn.
Give me a good one.
Let's see. Let's give him a DC male. Oh, Marvel male. You collect Marvel?
Be quiet.
All right, my turn. He said be quiet. Oh, man. All right, let's see. Let's see. I hope I get a good one. I hope I get a quarter scale. Imagine. Ooh, Marvel male. No, I'm going to do another one. Because you got one already. You got a Marvel male already. Let's see. Let's see. Come. Ooh, DC female. I got a good one. All right, guys. You got yours? I'll be back.
I'm getting mine.
DC female. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So let's keep it with Aquaman. And all right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go with you, William. You first. Who you got? Oh, Bransu Wolverine.
The exclusive with the Muramasa blade.
Oh, that's from the Wolverine when he was in Japan fighting the Silver Samurai.
Yep, and then it's shown up over the years, and it's also posed with Deadpool and the first appearance of Deadpool back there.
That's beautiful. That's a nice. Are you getting the new one? You're getting the new ones, right?
What, the Hono?
The Hono and the Wolverine and Deadpool movie ones.
Possibly.
Nice, beautiful. Now, Rudy, what do we have?
We got Abigail Whistler from
Abigail Whistler from Blade 3. Look at
Blade
that.
Trinity.
I still got mine. I had her just like you have yours, and the string and the bow stretched out. So
Yep. And my jacket is flaking. You can kind of see it starting to flake there. So I'm gonna have to take it off at some point. But still a great looking figure and sculpt. Although You can see the chest too, right? The rubber bodies they used
Yep.
were getting way discolored
Yep.
for some reason.
Well, they were
So-
crap materials back then.
Oh, they were crap materials. Yeah. From a distance, she still looks good, and the sculpt looks great.
No, she looks great. She looks very good. Those head sculpt, just like Jessica Biel.
Yep.
The hair was nice for back then. You know,
Right.
very, very nice for back then. All the weapons, all the attachments, the leather pants were very
The
nice.
leather
for back
pants are still holding up. It's just the
Yep.
jacket. So I'm probably
Yep.
gonna just take the jacket off at some point. But yep.
And then my turn. So, like I said, I want to keep it with Aquaman. So this is a what do you call it? This is called a what's the name? This is a
Willow, come.
Super Duck Atlanta figure that I put together. So I got the Fison body, right? So they made this was what's her name? What's the actress's name? The British woman, Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman.
You can see, guys. So like I said, Super Duck kit. This trident here, guys, is 100% die cast. This thing is super heavy. Very, very nice figure. It looks like she's got a huge head compared to her body, as you can see. But this is what, this is just for the representation of her right next to, I have her next to another Super Duck Mera that I made. And then I have, what's his name? Aquaman. And what was the brother's name?
Ocean Master.
Ocean Master. Yeah. So I have them all on a shelf together, next to each other. Beautiful. I wish they made Nicole Kidman as Atlanta by Hot Toys, but that'll never happen. So I have this just because I was like, you know what, I need her, and they made her. So I was like, I can't just have Aquaman by himself and Ocean Master. So I got her, I got Mera, I put them together, and that's why that's why I gave you, William, the Super Duck. What's her name?
Mantis.
Because I was making when they were coming out, I was like, let me make them. So they're fun.
I have to go, guys.
All right, thank you for being here. I'll talk to you later.
Later, William.
So I bought it because I was like, oh man, I need the representation of her in the collection, and like I said, nobody's ever going to make this figure. So I said, you know what, it's a no-brainer. Let me just get it. Let me see what you guys are saying, and then we're out of here. Don't forget, guys, 8:00 tomorrow, Wednesday. It's going to be, like I said, the topics are going to be on the fly. Nothing's going to be planned. It's just going to be literally a roundtable conversation of us just having fun. Let me see before we get out of here. Fab wanted to land on Inert. So I don't even have Inert on here. Oh, man. They do nice display, bro. I like Wolverine's mask hanging on the. Yeah, that looks cool. That looks very cool. Makes the figure look nice and sexy. Dope figure, Rudy. I personally snagged me a 3 Optimus Prime DX. Yeah, those are cool. Those figures are very, very nice. That Optimus Primal, sick.
Those look great.
Oh, that figure looks beautiful. I just wish they transformed, but that figure is gorgeous. 3-0 makes great Transformers. Just wish they would transform. Thank you, big dog. I don't know if many people have that figure, but I got it because I was like, oh man, I need to. Awesome figures, guys. Thank you, my friend. Great stream. Thank you, my friend. All right, guys. So as always, don't forget, we'll be back 8 p.m. tomorrow. Completely different type of show. If we get into figures, cool. If we don't, most likely we won't. It's more of general topics. And like I said, if we get into figures, then we get into figures. Not a big deal. Rudy, you have anything coming up? Any new figures coming on their way?
Here, I'll give you a tease of a couple. I'll start with one.
Are those boxes behind you all sealed, or are they open?
They're sealed. Well, they're new, so.
Oh my god!
From Damn Toys.
Oh, the Wolverine! Damn Toys Wolverine.
In honor of the movie trailer.
Right.
Pretty
what
cool
do they call
figure.
this figure? What do they call that
The
figure?
Gangster's Kingdom, and they just renamed them to Poker's Kingdom.
Oh, right. Poker's
kind of funny. And what did I got this guy from that series too. Just got in.
That's supposed to be who?
I don't know who this is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be the guy from that. There was a show on about gladiators.
Uh-huh.
And I think that was the the actor on that
Oh,
one.
okay. Yeah, no, I don't
And then
remember.
you'll like this one. We were talking about this one earlier.
Oh
came in.
yes, guys, I'm waiting for this one too. So tell them how that is. You gotta make your video, but let them know how.
I gotta be. It's not bad. It's hefty. It's hefty. I don't like the feet. The feet are like very
loose.
cheap, and the angles, the joints feel cheap.
You go up and down. Articulation.
They go up and down, but it's that stupid thing where it's like, look, that's the kind of weird peg they
Oh,
have.
that's annoying.
It's so annoying. They do this on their bigger figures. Infamous.
Well, you know who did that too? Hot Toys on the Moon Knight and other figures too. But that sucks. Those ankles suck.
So, but other than that, it's pretty good. I have to get into it, but first impressions are pretty nice, and even the sculpt.
Show them the other one. Show them the smiling one.
Oh, here you got the smiling one here. Look at this guy.
What would you rate it in hand right now? 1 to 10.
Probably a solid 8 right now.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. So I can't wait.
It's good. It's actually a pretty good figure for a third party. Not bad.
I'm waiting for that, guys. I'm waiting for that figure as well. Kit shipped it when it came out, and it should be here probably this week at some point. If I'm not, you got it today, right?
This one actually shipped. Like he shipped it. I paid for it on Friday, and it's already here. It's probably the quickest I've ever gotten it from Kit.
Oh no, I paid him that literally that same day when it was out, and he shipped it that same day because I got the tracking the same day, and it's still not here. So I should be. So if you got it today,
you should be getting it.
I was gonna say probably tomorrow. I'll probably get it tomorrow.
For Nathan just asked who made it. That it's Infamous.
Infamous, yeah. I think they're Toys R Us.
They're like a Toys R Us offshoot.
Yeah, I think it's either Toys R Us or I think it is Toys R Us. It's one of those third party companies. That's their cheaper company.
Yeah.
All right, guys. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.